I have Senator Ángel Bolques aquí.
Hey, buenos
en el
días,
nuevo
buenos
ritmo
días.
and Bibi de streaming. Buenos días, mi gente.
Hey, ¿qué pasa?
I'm good.
¿Qué lo
good.
que?
Hey, ¿qué lo que? I'm good, man. How you doing, sir?
Everything blessed, man. I can't complain.
So, they may have missed it on the live. Say, habla español.
Sí, hablo, leo, escribo español.
Okay, hold on. I'm supposed to be the one asking the questions, but I feel like that was a test. That is reading, writing, and speaking Spanish.
You got it.
Man, touch a boy,
Yeah,
man.
man.
They run Anna for a long time.
How you mean?
And what Anna here teach me chicken shack, teach me the rest. Thank you. All right, so I got some questions for you,
sure,
sir. First of all, congratulations on your appointment
Thank you.
As a senator. Probably not the way you anticipated getting in there.
Not exactly.
Okay. But now that you are there, I mean, it would look very odd if you said, hey, no thanks, guys. No thank you for this appointment. I'll just wait till the election. I don't think that would have gone over well either. Unfortunate circumstances, but you're in the position that you're in, but has to still be elected come election day. Am I correct?
That is correct.
All right.
Unequivocally so.
All right. Oh, hit the bell, no man, Kish. The man paid to be up. All right. Okay, so let's get off with these questions for you,
Yeah,
sir.
man. Oh, yeah.
What motivated you to seek political office?
What motivated me personally is back in about 2013-14, I saw the environment of the Virgin Islands when it came to economic stability. The GERS were crashing, healthcare was in shambles, education still had problems, and a number of other issues concerning the economy. And as a person who was just getting involved in public service, meaning working for the government and doing some other things, I didn't see a future for myself, nor for my children. So rather than being a part of the problem and complaining, I decided to put my best foot forward and to try to be part of the solution. So I decided to apply myself more and get more involved in society when it comes to public service and joining a lot of different boards and organizations, and try to, network and build relationships on a professional level to, get to where I needed to be in order to provide some part of the solution. Not saying that I have all the answers,
right,
but I know that I can bring something to the table in efforts to create that solution.
Okay, well, so what do you feel makes you qualified for this position?
Well, I've gotten very involved not only with different boards. I'm a Board of Education member. I'm a Community Action Board member, Cultural Enhancement Committee, Democratic Party of the Virgin Islands. I'm the National Committee man there as well. RAS Events Inc., which deals with a lot of music and culminating artists and so forth. So I'm part of many different boards, in addition to the fact that I've worked in different capacities. I used to teach. I gave till school at St. John. I was a computer technology.
Did not know that.
Yeah. I was a teacher for about 7.5 years, I think. I taught computer technology. And
Really?
Yeah.
Clueless. Had no idea. Okay. All right.
I also was worked for a board, the Board of Elections,
Okay.
as the administrative
I remember
assistant.
that. Yeah.
And I've had numerous jobs in the hospitality and retail sales industry.
All right. Now, around the time that you were with the Board of Elections,
Yeah.
I feel like they got way more aggressive with the advertising and soliciting of folks to participate in the process. I don't know if you have anything to do with that, but I just recall that's when I feel like that turn started. What's your most significant accomplishment to date?
To date, my most significant accomplishment is reaching to where I am today, I guess. Whether it was through an appointment, which is a temporarily, and I'm hoping that changes to be elected as a senator at large.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a pretty big one, so I'm going to get you that one. What legislation do you want to be most affiliated with moving forward?
Well, since being appointed, I've already submitted 2 pieces of legislation.
Already?
Already? Wait, I didn't come here to play, I come here to work.
You did what now?
I put in 2 pieces of legislation already.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 bills.
Okay. All right.
I'll tell you what they are.
What were they? I do want to know.
All right, let's get to it.
Very
then.
curious.
Well, the first one is we want to enhance the free tuition program. As you know, right now the free tuition program.
UVI is advertising that right now.
Correct. We wanna enhance that to cover CTE courses, which is career technical education courses. As it stands right now, for people who may not want to go through the institutional educational pathway to a better education and being certified, meaning getting a diploma. Some people are not able to learn by just reading books and regurgitating information.
Okay.
Some people need to use their hands, and some people are just concept driven. Like, show me how to do it and I will do it, you know? And they may not go through the traditional educational pathway, but they go through the career technical education pathway. And right now, as it stands in the Virgin Islands, you have to pay in order to be certified to get certifications. So what we want to do is enhance that free tuition program so that we offer free career technical education. It's going to be a very important component because, for instance, i.e. example, when the federal government comes here when we have natural disasters, there's a lot of monies that are dispersed for specific things, right? But then they want certified people in order to do the jobs. And in some cases, in the past, many times over, we've had to bring people from the outside who are certified. So let's make this time that we have. I
assume
right now,
that's how we end up with so many Puerto Ricans working here sometimes.
We don't have no problem with Puerto
Ricans.
Of course
not.
Not at all.
Hey, chicken shack. Oh, wait. All right.
But I have Puerto Ricans, so I go on.
Yeah. As you should. As you should.
So for most part, if we're able to certify our people, that means the money stays here.
Yes.
That means our people have access to get some of this money in order in the event that it comes to the federal government.
Sensible legislation.
Okay, so that's one. I'm all about generational legislation. The other one, the second one, is creating parking spaces for pregnant women in their second and third trimester. Similar to ADA, but not exactly ADA. Yeah. But women who are high risk, we know that women are more susceptible.
Sounds like you've been around a pregnant woman or two.
I have a couple children.
Okay, all right.
And, just creating that parking space close enough to the building where it's unfortunate that we have a population of single women here, and in some cases that have more than one child, and that may have to carry laundry or groceries or items for long distances in huge parking spaces through the rain or the sun. And we get hot here. You don't know that.
Of course.
So what we're trying to do as a society, I would believe, is to show that we care about our people, our women and children. You know what I mean? So that's the next piece of legislation that I have coming up.
So the name of this instrumental is Pensive. That is very thoughtful. Like that is, I mean, since the history of Everdom, there've been pregnant women. Nobody's thought of that. Not necessarily ground shaking, but to think about that, I think that's dope. I was at a bank yesterday whose name I should call to embarrass them, but I was standing outside in the sun and there was a pregnant woman who came behind me and I let her go in front of me. So I get it. That's pertinent to me because it happened just yesterday. So big respect. All right. Man, what is your platform?
Well, my platform has a number of things on it. Economic development, technical advancement when it comes to technology. You want me to go through all of them or you just want me to just list?
Bullet points.
Bullet points?
Yeah.
Okay, so for economic development, I'm really focused on agriculture.
Okay.
And also broadening small business opportunities. And both of those things create local economic activity, something that we're lacking here in the Virgin Islands. As it's all well said and done, we attract companies from the outside, give them tax incentives or breaks to the EDA, 90% or whatever, and then they make their money, they give a little bit to the schools or whatever, but then they take the money and they take it back outside the territory, so it doesn't help sustain us. So I'm all about focusing on local economic activity to sustain the Virgin Islands. Okay. When we're looking at broaden business opportunities and licensures, we want to also offer them for housing community people, and we want to offer them for homeowners. As it stands right now, it's very, very difficult to have licensures from your home, let alone a housing or a housing apartment.
Right. Yeah. True. So, never thought of that. Yeah.
So once we do that and we broaden, because when you go to the States, there's so many young entrepreneurs doing different things, and I think we need to offer some licensures for the home. And make less red tape around that so that we can have more business owners and business leaders.
Legitimate business owners.
That's right.
All right. Okay, cool.
You're
still going. Oh, my God. Okay.
Technological advancements, I'm really big right now specifically on making sure St. Jonians have more access to government agencies and departments, because as it stands right now, we pay about 30-50% more just to go over to St. Thomas, to catch the boat, catch the barge, go over there, pay for whatever we have to pay in order transportation or whatever. In some cases, if people don't have a car, to just get access to government services.
Right.
And I'm big on technological advancement, because we need to create more e-portals where we can have access to these things so that we can get government services right from the comfort of our home.
Right.
So I think that's really a big game changer, especially for the price point. And we know inflation is taking place and things are getting more and more expensive. So we really got to try to find a way to curb that as well.
Okay.
When it comes to housing and living opportunities, I'm very big on middle class housing or middle income housing. As it stands right now, the federal government has a plethora of programs for low income, and they get all of the they get all of the benefits. But right now, I think we really need to focus on our workforce, who actually keep things going in this society, in this territory. And we really need to make sure that we open up or broaden the opportunities for middle income, which is the workforce, to have housing in the Virgin Islands. So I want to work with the federal entities and see what we can do to get that going here. Local government, federal government, and let's try to make that happen so that we could put more people in homes, because as we know, Airbnb is squeezing out the population of housing and apartment.
That's why access. Vivid Stream in St. Thomas had to move.
Okay.
My landlord was like, hey, big man, I go in Airbnb. I was like, what? Our second to last conversation before he told me that was like, hey, bro, I know you're going to this Airbnb thing. Don't put me out.
Don't put me out.
Not you, Sheedy. Anyway.
Yeah. I hope you still... Did you get put out? I hope you didn't get put out.
I got put out, but he's a good guy.
Okay. Yeah, and...
That's how that went.
I'm big also on education and cultural preservation. As a Board of Education member too, I'm on the board and have been on the board for about a year and a half now, or 2 years, I can't remember. But I'm really big on making sure that we enhance and create opportunity to teach our children about our Virgin Islands history.
Nice.
It's unfair for them to have to learn somebody else's history and not even learn their own, because social identity is very... I mean, look how many powerful and great Virgin Islanders that we have right now. We have the Tim Duncans, the Aliyah Bostons, the Rock Cities, the Pressure Bus Pipes, and there's a lot of people who may not be in the industry of sports or entertainment.
Mr. Selwood is doing great in technology.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot of people who are doing very well outside of sports and entertainment as well.
Exactly. And we need to try to make sure that we teach our children about these people from the past and even present. When it comes to Black History Month, VI History Month, we should be writing more articles about other people outside of, while I have a great deal of respect for the people that we seem to see always coming up.
Yeah.
There's
the Casper Holsteins, the Bud Hoes, but there's more.
Yeah, but there's way more. Right. So let's try to see what we can do to further enhance that and create history as we go along in the present. So,
my guy. All right. Okay. How do you feel? You mentioned a couple of athletes. How do you feel about sports tourism?
Sports tourism, I think it has a great effect, especially for the island of St. Croix, because there's so much space here. As soon as we build a stadium, Lord, please.
If I had a horn, I would have blown it. Lord, please, yes.
Yeah, and I think it'll generate a good amount of economic development, and also it will also put us on the map when it comes to people who may have winter seasons, may want to come here to train here. It will also have a long-lasting effect on our tourism product as well.
All right, now in 2014, when you got this bug to participate in our society, one of the things that you mentioned was the GRS. What would be your long-term solutions to GRS and their woes?
Well, being that it has potentially been fixed already, I think for GERS right now, because there's a lifespan of over 30-some plus years right now, and with the rum cover over taxes that are going to be feeding into it to sustain it, which is pretty much very sustainable at this point as long as sales go up in the rum areas. I think what they need to do now is start trying to open up their loan programs for the employees of the government, so that so more of them can be able to access, whether construction loans or access for loans to be able to enhance their education or whatever. I think right now is a good prime time for them to do that. But GERS, the best thing for GERS right now is to continue to enhance the opportunities for access to loans, and also to make sure that their portfolio is not as heavy as it used to be. For example, they got into the business of owning properties and realty, and that's not really what a retirement system does. So they need to step away or step back from owning properties as much as they did. Maybe the ones that are able to generate the type of funding for them to, stay above the red, self-sufficient. But adding more to the portfolio is going to be dangerous for them, so they need to step back from that practice.
All right. Now, they call those investments. Do you have some more viable investments, or what?
For GERS? Yeah. I'm also a proponent of, while it's very relatively new and there are some dangers surrounding it, if I can use that for the lack of a better word, I'm very interested in cryptocurrencies. I believe that at some point in time, and I'm going to do my best to try to bring it up, not on the floor, but bring it up to the forefront when it comes to the outreach and education component, because I think there's a lot of, it can be a game changer, especially if the government is able to regulate it here in the Virgin Islands, and that way it will stay on top of the regulations and still be able to make some sort of revenues surrounding it.
So more market investments in stock market.
Yes. International bankings, things like that. Yes. Okay.
All right. We mentioned the Department of Education. What would be your long-term fixes for the Department of Education?
The issue with the Department of Education, the biggest issue that they have had is maintenance and upkeep of properties. If we don't have an environment that is on point or viable for a healthy learning environment for our children are not going to be able to learn. So their biggest issue is maintenance and upkeep of property. The second issue is the staff and morale, because in the past we've had our teachers being underpaid, or they don't have enough funding to even get the equipment or the things that they need in their class in order to teach the children at an optimal level, and the department has failed in those areas. So we have to make sure that while the legislature has funded the department many times over based on what their budget call requests to be able to get all of the equipment and things that they need to have an optimal teaching environment, they have not provided the teachers with everything that they need. While they've already listed out all of the things that they want for the classes, they're not asking the teachers or communicating with them well enough to say, Miss So-and-so, what do you need exactly? What is your listing of things that you need in this classroom in order to teach your children based on the curriculum that is at hand? And teachers are frustrated with that because they end up taking money out of their own pockets to get these things.
So where do you stand on arts, entertainment, and athletics?
Arts and entertainment, I'm very, very passionate about it.
You're already on a board for that?
Yes, yes. So for that, the board is Roots Rap, Reggae, R&B, Rap, and Sound. It's called Rassi.
That's a lot.
I know, it's just all the genres of music.
Of course.
So what I'm really passionate about is trying to encourage or help individuals who want to be more artistically aligned, whether it's with music, photography, acting or dancing, whatever, to be able to, because acting or arts itself is a form of expression. It's an expression from in here. Whatever it is you feel here, you bring it out, whether it's singing, dancing, whatever. And I think that's a very healthy thing in our society, especially for our children. And it's important. So I really want to see more programs in the education system that reflect arts as well. I'd like to work with the VI Council of the Arts. They offer a lot of grants, mini grants for music and different arts. So I'm looking forward to see what we can do as a local government to help fund some of the things that they're doing to further enhance the arts program recreationally and in the education system.
Okay. And many people talk about how important the youth are. How will you advocate to improve their performance in our society?
To improve the youth's performance?
Yeah, just their presence, their value in this community. How will you go about trying to improve what life is for a youngster in the Virgin Islands?
Okay, got it. I think some things are already in place. I know through the Office of the Governor, they have like the Youth Commission Board. I also know that the legislature has a youth council as well. And I think it's important that other agencies or even, I believe the judicial branch has Rising Stars. Rising Stars. Correct. So each branch has their thing going on when it comes to youth. But I think we need to take it a step further. And departments and agencies also have to have, every year perhaps, pull a few students with what they're looking for when it comes to their agency or their interests, and if their interests align with the agency at hand, then they can offer them some sort of program.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah. I think that would be great, because then it would help.
Because really, Superior Court is not musicians.
No.
but they have a steel pan program.
They do.
So I like that. That's a good idea. So every agency should advocate for some youth program.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good one. I'm glad I asked that question. All right, now this one bothers me personally.
Okay.
In my 12 days of Christmas, one of the things I wish for is a homeless home. Where do you stand on mental health and homelessness in the territory?
Mental health and homelessness is one of the biggest or largest issues that we face here in the Virgin Islands. Up to this day, we cannot build a homeless shelter for some reason. Although I know that there are some entities that exist that help support individuals who may have drug issues, and in some cases they are also aligned with homelessness for some way, shape, or form. Right. But we really need to collectively, as a government, work with the federal government also to see what we can do to find some property to create a shelter or rehab center or wellness center. I don't know if you knew this, but even the DLCA doesn't even offer licensures for wellness centers.
Really?
Of all the licensures they have no licensure for a wellness center.
Oh, interesting.
That's something that I plan to bring out and ask about the next time they come to the legislature, because I think that licensure should exist, and it should give the opportunity to those, even if they come from the outside, to set up a wellness center here, to be able to help our people on that level when it comes to mental health.
All right, well, my brother, Senator Bolques, thank you for coming through.
Yes, sir.
That was well done. That's
Thank
all the
you.
questions I got for you, man. Yeah.
I thought you had more, man.
No, you are clearly ready for more. But this is all the time that you paid for.
No, man.
Nah, man.
Next half an hour, man.
I know you can. I can tell. I can really tell that you can, man. I appreciate your preparedness. You seem ready for this interview. You seem ready for the position. Congratulations and good luck.
I appreciate it.
So,
thank you for the opportunity.
that was dope.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. That was pretty cool. All right, so that's his number one. Oh, wait.
What?
Before,
I know you had a next question.
Before I let go. So, Obama had his birth paper. Your controversy is, do you have a bona fide residence in St. John?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm bona fide, certified, and qualified.
Hey!
I had
Blow
a
the
ballot.
horn! Just blow the horn! All right, okay.
All the rest of that stuff is just noise.
I got
That's just
you.
noise, man.
All right.
That's just noise.
You're bona fide, qualified, or what? I missed the item.
Certified.
And certified.
Yeah.
Yep, there's an app for that.
It's called Vivid Streaming, and you can download it in the app and Google Play Store.